Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the significance of caste as an identity in India's politics. This paper would enable the students to understand the concept of identity politics, India's ethnic assortment, the significance of caste as an identity in India's politics, and the role of caste in India's political system. To begin with, the phenomena of a nation is predominantly understood in a singular homogenized form. The idea of progress is centrally linked to the homogenized form of a nation state. The European model of a singular monolithic homogenized nation state remains the ideal perfect model for the rest of the world to emulate. As a result, there has been a constant apprehension among scholars to consider India as a nation because people are accustomed to view a nation and a nation state in a more homogenized way. Certainly, attempts to imagine a nation in the plural form lacks popularity as well as legitimacy. Hence, even a society as diverse as India desires to usher in homogenized society and nation state. There are plenty of provisions in the Indian Constitution. For example, the Uniform Civil Code, the promotion of Hindi language at national level, along with its centralizing tendencies that point to this desirability. Nonetheless, the desirability of the ruling elites of India can be kept aside. The Indian course of the national building process greatly diverges from the European experience. In Europe, the present form of nation state was achieved at the cost of brutal elimination of diversity and plurality. On the contrary, the maxims of unity in diversity and diversity in unity have been the guiding principles in the Indian state for conducting the nation building process since its inception. A political process that resulted not only in strengthening the federal character of the country, but also in making pluralism, diversity and democracy essential features of India's nationhood, along with the functioning of India as a multi-ethnic nation state. Now we come to the concept of identity politics. Identity, that is, one's sense of self, its persistence as shaped through ascriptive and subjective processes is natural to human and social beings. Identity politics, however, is not natural. It is articulated through a persistent sense of discrimination and oppression, either innate or induced, along the axis of defining one identity from among many. Subsequently, rather than understanding oneself as having heterogeneous and multiple identities, people are provoked to support the politics based on particular identity. The specific discourse of identity politics, with its contemporary baggage, has gained distinction in recent times. These social groups highlighted their identity in response to the experience of cultural imperialism, including stereotyping, erasure or appropriation of one's group, violence, exploitation, or humiliation by others. Identity politics has inevitable democratizing tendencies also. One could question the legitimacy of a democratic country if it did not provide space for identity politics. The existence of identity politics is an indicator of the health of a democracy because it means that marginalized sections are making an active bid for a share of power. As Asghar Ali Engineer wrote, the issue is never simply the assertion of a caste, religious, or regional identity by itself, but how identity functions as an instrument to access material gains in a power setup. The emergence of caste as an important factor driving India's politics has been succinctly explained by sociologist M. N. Srinivas, who pointed out that caste is so tacitly and so completely accepted by all, including those who are most vocal against in condemning it, that it is everywhere the unit of social action. Now we come to an understanding of India's ethnic assortment. The term ethnic here is referred to in a broader sense, which includes all ascriptive group identities based on race, religion, language, caste, and tribe. According to this definition of ethnicity, India is world's most complex and comprehensively pluralistic society, as it is home to vast variety of caste, tribe, communities, religion, languages, customs, and living styles. The People of India project of the Anthropological Survey of India estimated that there are nearly 4,599 separate communities in India, with as many as 1,652 languages and dialects in 12 distinct language families and some 24 scripts. This hint at India's ethnic diversity. India's linguistic diversity is even more puzzling. It has 22 official recognized languages, scheduled languages, and innumerable caste groups within all religious traditions, including Hinduism, Islam, Christian, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Zoroastrianism. India also has a significant number of tribal groups. The creation of a nation out of such mosaic of ethnic diversity was indeed a daunting task for the founding fathers. They realized the need for ensuring constitutional recognition of both individual and collective cultural and religious rights of all social groups in order to maintain the plurality of the nation. Now we come to our discussion of caste as a significant factor in India's identity politics. Now India is teeming with more ethnic and religious groups as compared to any other country of the world. India's population is polygenetic and is an astonishing merger of various races and cultures. The multi-ethnic character of the Indian nation state, however, does not necessarily refer to the horizontal and vertical distribution of power among religions, caste and linguistic groups. A trend, though very much visible, but primarily refers to the Indian nation state's capacity and flexibility to accommodate the diverse cultural, religious and linguistic identities. All over the world, the political processes have ascended out of social environment, and India is no different. The diverse groups and communities have played and continues to play a crucial role in defining and redefining the identity of Indian politics, and among them, one such important element or factor that has constantly influenced India's politics is caste. Right from the birth, an Indian citizen inherits caste and grows up as a member of a particular caste group. In the process of picking up his political orientations, attitudes, and beliefs, he naturally comes under the influence of caste groups and casteism. In India, the notion of identity politics is rooted in the violent history of partition and the demand for separate electorates for religious and caste identities. Whenever a marginalized community has demanded space in politics, it has largely been seen as divisive and, as such, a threat to the equality and unity of the country. There are three meta categories of caste: upper caste, middle caste, and the lower or the untouchables. The last two, viewed as historically deprived, constitute a majority of a huge margin. The upper caste, no more than 18% of the country, have on the whole dominated the nation's political, social, and economic arena. A caste, generally designated by the term jati, refers to a strictly regulated social community into which one is born. Be it in the past or present, caste has always played a major role in the political process in India. Caste, which through a joint effort of its members asserts themselves, has recently intervened in both politics and administration, mainly through franchise and institutions like Panchayati Raj. Whether it is the factionalism of India's politics or political parties or the nomination of candidates and the model of election campaign, most things can be explained through caste interest and caste balance. Therefore, understanding of India's politics is possible only with our clear understanding of the complexities of caste system. Sociologists like Andre Bataille, Rajni Kothari have highlighted various aspects with the help of pre- and post-independence development and its positive and negative impact in the process of democratic politics. According to N.M. Srinivas, the role played by caste in politics is in close approximation to that of a pressure group. The globalization process has, however, somewhat reduced the influence of caste over politics and also over individuals. However, according to Andre Bataille, he holds that the entire westernization process is taking individual away from caste identity. However, the role of caste in politics is taking the people towards caste affiliations. Caste politics became noticeable in India in the beginning of 1990s after the National Front government under Prime Minister V.P. Singh decided to implement the recommendations of Mandal Commission. A government panel established in 1979 that called for a fixed quota or reservation of jobs for the OBCs in public sector. Caste-based discrimination and domination have been a malicious aspect of India's politics and society, and its association with the entire political arena have not only made it possible for previously oppressed caste groups to be accorded political freedom and recognition, but has also raised consciousness about its potential as a political capital. Dipankar Gupta has ardently exposed this ambiguity when he elaborates the differences between Ambedkar and Mandal Commission's view on caste. According to him, former designed the policy of reservation or protective discrimination to remove untouchability as an institution from Indian society and social life, as well as polity. The latter considered caste as an important political resource. The upper caste, by virtue of their major position, were already occupying positions of strength in the political and economic system. And as the Mandal Commission's report intensified the consciousness of the Dalits by recognizing their disadvantaged position as well as disadvantages of caste identity as an advantage, the confrontation began. It was the British imperialist who used religion as well as caste for political division of the nation. Unfortunately, even after independence, India could not stop caste as a factor influencing India's politics. State politics in India has been particularly the base of political casteism. Caste enters much more directly into the composition of political elites at the state level. With the introduction of universal adult franchise, caste got a new lease of life in Indian politics. A striking feature of Indian democratic experiment has been the increasing use of reservation to achieve greater social equality and equality of opportunity for all the population of the country. Much of this has occurred due to shifting balance of power across demographies. Since the 1950s, political power has been shifting away from the upper caste Hindus to the rest, who are far more superior in numbers. By the 1970s, for instance, many backward castes located above outcaste had gained enough economic and political leverage to become powerful vote banks. They now aspired to a large share of administrative and educational opportunities where they were underrepresented. Some of the largest and best organized backward castes are the Yadavs in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, Jats in Haryana and Punjab, Marathas in Maharashtra, etc. Caste has been an important factor in political socialization and leadership recruitment as well. This kind of defines the role of caste in India's political system and how deeply they are involved in the political system. Different caste groups have loyalties behind different political parties and their ideologies. A caste group has been a major source of influence for a person belonging to one of these high or low caste groups, thus shaping his or her political orientations, beliefs and attitudes. Caste values and caste interest influences a person's socialization and consequently his political thinking, awareness and also participation. He or she banks upon solidarity for occupying and performing leadership role. Caste influences the process of political recruitment. For instance, the caste-conscious people of states like Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. Caste factor is a constituent of India's political system. Some political parties have a direct caste basis, with others indirectly bank upon particular caste group. In particular, the regional political parties stand predominantly influenced by caste factor. The DMK, the AIADMK are non-Brahmin, rather anti-Brahmin caste groups or political organizations influenced by caste groups and preferences. In Punjab, the Akali Dal has community identity but stands influenced by the issues of Jats versus non-Jats. All political parties in India use caste as means for securing votes in elections. While the BSP banks upon the support of scheduled caste, the BJP largely banks upon the popularity among the high caste, Hindus and the trading community. The caste factor is an important factor in the electoral process in India. All political parties give weightage to the caste in selecting their candidates, in allocating constituencies to their candidates, and in canvassing support for their nominees in the election. In the constituencies predominant by Muslims, Muslim candidates are fielded, and in areas predominated by Jat candidates are fielded. Even a broadly secularist party like the Congress, the Janata Dal, the CPI and the CPM take into consideration the caste factor in selecting their candidates. In the election campaigns, votes are demanded in the name of caste. Caste groups are tapped for committed support. N.D. Palmer observes that caste considerations are given great weight in the selection of candidates and in the appeal to voters during electoral campaigns. In election, caste acts as the most important motivational factor. To conclude our discussion on the significance of caste in India's identity politics, caste acts as both a divisive as well as a cohesive force in the Indian politics. It provides a basis for the emergence of several interest groups in the Indian system, each of which competes with every other group in the struggle for power. At times, it leads to unhealthy struggle for power and acts as a divisive force. However, it is also a source of unity among the members of various groups and acts as a cohesive factor. Role of caste in Indian politics. Prior to the universal adult franchise, it was mostly the individuals from the higher caste who were politically active. However, the franchise system in India brought in the importance of number. Those who were placed in the lower rungs of the society got an opportunity to assert themselves by using their numerical strength. In many parts of India, caste associations have emerged with the aim of pursuing not only social status and economic prowess, but also political power as well. Most of the political parties have had to consider the welfare and development of lower caste because of their numerical strength in electoral politics in India. On the other side, negative impact of caste can be seen from the critical lens. Like religion, some politicians use the issue of caste to divide people. Many political parties take advantage of the voters of particular caste groups and try to mobilize them on the basis of issue-specific politics or issues that are strictly ascribed to their caste groups, so as to capture and retain political power. Politicians have also managed to divert the attention of its voters from the issue relating to economic development and employment by engaging them in caste-related issues. Over the years, the negative role of caste has gained prominence in Indian politics, and it's considered one of the dangerous and unhealthy trends towards our democracy. More importantly, on inclusive development. In political terms, caste has a basic role in the decision-making process that even the process of reorganization of state in India had to struggle with, so that no caste group can dominate a particular territory. Untouchability has been forbidden under the constitution, and as such, Harijans and Adivasis have also been given legal safeguards and positive measures to kind of integrate them with the mainstream population. Attempts have been made by the government to create economic impartiality through the policy of positive discrimination. But even after so many years of independence, groups declared backward are now not prepared to relinquish the concessions that attach to them by the label of backwardness. Caste has thus become a major hurdle in the establishment of a classless society and has paved communal conflagration. Even politicians are caught in the network. On the one hand, they would like the differences and preferences based on caste to be abolished. But on the other hand, they are well aware of the benefits that are helpful in securing votes. The new lessons of organized politics and consciousness of caste affiliations learnt by previously deprived caste groups have transformed the contours of Indian politics, where shifting caste-class alliances are being encountered. Total effect of these mobilization along caste identities have resulted not only in the empowerment of recently emergent groups, but has increased the intensity of confrontational politics and the possibility of a budding crisis of governability. Indian party system and electoral system clearly reflects the caste divisions. The issue of Brahmins versus non-Brahmins in Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, Kammas versus Reddis in Andhra Pradesh, Jats versus non-Jats in Punjab and Haryana, etc., reflects the dominant role caste plays in Indian politics. Caste loyalties and other ethnic factors and not ideological differences really divide the Indian political parties. Election campaigns are run along caste lines and poll violence is usually caste-based violence. Professor Srinivas, while accounting for the role of caste, holds that the power and activity of caste had increased in proportion as political power passed increasingly to the people from the rulers. Politics has become caste-ridden and caste has become politicized. Caste groups use politics as a means to secure their interest. Political parties, on the other hand, use caste for nurturing their support in the electoral system so as to secure maximum amount of vote. With this, we come to the end of our discussion. Thank you.